Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. It's Jen here. I am doing a reading for August 8th, new moon in the sign of Leo. So, as you've probably heard, astrologers call this um, the Lion's Gate, which I think is really cool. I love that. And we're fully in Leo, right? This is a new moon in Leo. We're in the sign of Leo right now. Um, And so this is just extra powerful. I'm going to start with fire signs. Extra powerful for us fire signs. Because we're trining this if we're not Leo, right? So so this is intuition, not astrology. I feel as though we're going to get a kick of motivation, a jump start, what are some of the other sayings like that? So, one of those sayings might mean something to you, or someone may say it. That's been happening to me recently. I hear something that, I don't know, catches my eye for whatever reason, or has to do with what I'm doing at the time. And then I will hear it repeated on the radio, on a podcast. I'll overhear someone say it, I'll see it in writing. And to me, so look for, if you see something and you're like, was that a sign? It definitely was a sign. It's um, and there will be some sort of validation in this, or something that just strikes you that helps you to, if you're struggling with some sort of decision, or just needing some sort of, sometimes we kind of need permission in some way from someone, and we should do things anyway, but you know what, sometimes we still want that go ahead from certain people. Right? And I think you're going to get that. So I'd already shuffled the cards, I hadn't looked at them, so let's see what's going on. Oh, Three of Cups. So accept invitation if it's safe for you to do so. Get out and mingle. I have the cards kind of turned weird because I was trying to get the glare off of them, but you really can't see those, can you? So the Three of Cups is a card about celebration. It's going out with friends, getting together, an emotionally supportive atmosphere. I usually say when this card comes up, if you're invited to something that you can go to safely, um, that you should really consider going. Because it's not necessarily you will meet the one there, although you could, or network your way into a new apartment, a new job, something. You find out some important information at least, or the seed is planted, that later on looking back, you'll think, if I had never gone to that, it would have never set off this whole cascade of events. This is just getting together with your friends, people that you can really be yourself with, that you are, comfortable with, and there's just a positive mutual atmosphere. You could even be going out to a concert. Maybe you're going to go out to your first concert since the pandemic hit or something. Let's keep reading. The High Priestess. Yeah, there is a bit of magic to this time. Um, I feel as though, again, those little signs or validations or hints, or it could just be your intuition, and that you're learning to listen to that voice inside of you and not need outside validation on things like your intuition and your gut, and following those, your gut, and things like that, as much as anything else. Trusting it. If you're in a situation or you meet someone and you get a bad vibe, trust that vibe. Don't hire that person. Don't go back to that business for help, like that's the universe pointing you in a different direction. You may find out a secret that you're going to hold it though. I don't see you um, spreading gossip, but I think you may become, or you just, okay, here's what I think it is. You just intuitively know something, but you don't have the facts or, like just that final confirmation, going back to that idea. But you just know, but you wouldn't say, it's not that you would say anything anyway, but you just know something on some level and you need to trust that. It could be something, here I go, burning myself again, something about your friends, or a group of people that you would probably get together with outside of work. So it could be work people, but only work people that you socialize with. Really feeling our firepower. um, really feeling in our element would be the right way to say it. So here's the Queen of Wands, a mature fire sign, the receptive energy of the mature fire signs. So, the Queen of Wands, there's, I think one of my favorite cards that depicts her is from the Arthurian Legend Tarot, which I don't know where it is right now. But she's on the deck of a ship. And there it is, white caps. It is rough water in the background. And she's standing there and she's holding on to one of the, I don't know, the riggings, the ropes on the boat. And she's just looking dead forward. Like, yep, here's some rough water. Here's, it's not all smooth sailing. I have lots of phrases that are coming in. But again, that could be one of those signs as well. And she just has her eyes set on the destination. She can weather the storm. She can persevere, and that's the goal. That's the one of the lessons the fire signs need to learn to grow up, to mature, is not giving up. Not we can get so excited and just be just a force when we're beginning something, but how do you maintain momentum to see things through to the very end? um, so yeah, let's pull a couple more cards. Why not? Let's pull some cards for love. I got a couple of them here. Two of Swords. Yeah, maybe you know a secret. And the King of Swords. So air energy here in our heads a bit, thinking about this. It's like that information or whatever the High Priestess knows, has found out, has intuitively sensed. And she's looking back kind of towards the Three of Cups into the Two of Swords. It may be something that you feel like you can't keep a secret. And you're trying to figure out whether or not to tell someone. I think that the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands is a big power couple. Those signs definitely are compatible. You will have someone they're both the more action oriented energies of the elements. So the King of Swords, this is an air sign, a mature air sign. This person is probably funny and witty and smart. Um, They would likely have a job that deals with numbers or data, um, or an author or strategizing, um, scientist. So they're very much into, facts and information. But again, are very good with the written word, can be very funny. This could be a comedian. I don't know if any of you are a stand-up comedian or date or know someone that's a stand-up. Maybe that's what you're going to go out um, with your friends. Um, but I'm just intrigued by, so I'm just a little bit intrigued by the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands and what that relationship would be. Again, it would probably be two people that are passionate about what they do. They're definitely driven people. Again, the masculine signs, whereas Earth and Water are the more feminine signs. Don't get hung up on gender. That's just the receptive versus the action oriented, and um, all on this, just on different sides of the same line. So this would be, I just see this being a very dynamic, fun couple. Like this would, I'm not like this at all as a fire sign, but I can see you entertaining and enjoying socializing. Not like all the time. I think you definitely have your um, intimate, they would have their intimate moments. I think they would have really interesting discussions. And I can also see the fire sign being very entrepreneurial and creative, and then the air sign being able to figure out how to make it come to fruition. Like if you had a concept for something, like they could build it or draw a plan or draw a sketch of it so you could really see what it would look like. Um, I feel like there's a collaboration coming up. So maybe that's what it is. Some of us fire signs may collaborate with an air sign type person. I think a Libra would be a nice match, but it certainly just could be anyone that has sword like qualities, not even have to be an air sign. So maybe, with the Three of Cups, if you're moving into some sort of new work situation or thinking of um, doing something entrepreneurial, definitely enlist the help of someone, even if it's just one consult. Um, you may just get again, that seed is planted, like I was talking about in the Three of Cups. Some seed is planted that you're going to be able to nurture and grow. It's going to grow into something. Um, and maybe you're keeping it a secret with the High Priestess for right now, and trying to develop it enough that, almost like you're trying to develop it enough that when you do bring other people in, it is clear that it is your idea or yeah, like it's your thing, but you may have very small group of friends or professionals, or even call in one consultant um, to help you really. Yeah, you need some teamwork here, which I think is absolutely fine. It can be brainstorming. Oh, the brainstorming that would go on between the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords would just be probably hysterical. Okay, now I'm getting like, I've obviously never seen this. but heard it described a writer's room. And you've seen clips when they're doing their read throughs. Sometimes they'll post that online for TV shows and movies and whatever. So writing keeps coming up. Maybe writing in a more collaborative way might, or like a focus group with your friends. Okay, I need your opinion, my closest friends. I need your opinion. What do you like better? So maybe you need like just some outside input and so let me tell you, a fire and an air sign, they will be honest with you. They will not try to they're not going to be mean, but they will not lie to spare your feelings. If they feel like you're truly asking for honesty, they will give it to you. They will very much say, this is just me. This is what I think. Um, yeah, okay. Interesting stuff going on here for the fire signs. Um, I hope that you got something out of that and that you have an amazing Lionsgate. Okay, we're going to go on to water. Hopefully, I don't set one of my cards on fire. Some interesting messages coming through. So we're going to timestamp water at 1650. Water signs, how are you? We have this new moon in Leo on 8/8. This might be a little late for some of you, depending on where you live in the world. Sorry about that. But, the energy will still be around, even if it's not exactly on 8/8. And I think these are all tarot readings are timeless. Whenever you click on one, that's when you click on one. It doesn't really matter what they say the time frame is. We just do that because that's what people categorize things like that. I don't know why I said that. So water. Let me just tune into water. Everyone take a deep breath. I'm actually feeling pretty connected to the water signs. I think they're doing pretty well, but there's something, it's like there's something coming to the surface. So maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe you have kids that are going off to college, or just them starting school is a bigger milestone year or something, or you are. And there's something sort of, there's some mixed emotions I'm getting from you guys right under the surface. There's something that it's like you're telling yourself you're okay with it, and it should be okay, and you think it's going to be okay, but you still have this sort of mixed emotions going on under the surface. Maybe if you're getting married, or that you're going to be proposed to. I don't know. I'm kind of getting just, it's nervous energy, and it's like you're trying to figure out whether it's nervous energy or it's my intuition saying this isn't right. Um, yeah, so some of you may be thinking of, sometimes there are certain events that happen that sort of bring things to the forefront that we couldn't. Um, for example, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Okay. For example, someone's lease comes up, and then it's kind of like, okay, are we going to move in together, or am I going to still keep my apartment? Yeah, or a job offer. And maybe if it requires you to move, okay, are you going to ask the other person to move with you, or would you forego it to stay? Maybe they want to transfer you to stay with the person. And so, really trying to, because of that, it's really on your mind. Um, some sort of decision is sort of pushed to the foreground because of some sort of thing, timing issue or something like that. Messages about work. Um, this could be an online presence, creative ideas. Let's see if I can get these closer. This is a young fire sign. So again, messages about work, about doing things. So you may have friends or whatever that are like, hey, you want to get together and go walking, you want to go for a hike, you want to go for brunch. But it seems like, no, I'd say the brunch would be after it. It would be some sort of activity, uh, planning some sort of activity um, as kind of the core of this message. This, though, could also be if you've put your resume out there, or you're putting your resume out there, you're asking around, you're networking, and you get those um, conversations and things you've been putting out, you're going to start hearing back from. So maybe getting interviews. We have a full moon there, so if you are going through an interview process, water signs, I would say you would know by August 22nd, which is the second new moon in Aquarius. Yeah. Let's see what this next card is. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe you want more money. This would say you'll get more money if you're applying for a job somewhere where they have, benefits, that you would have good benefits, retirement, healthcare in the US that's tied to our jobs, all of those things, um, vacation, dental. This is multiple families, generations. There's a richness to this card. Some of you may want to do something entrepreneurial, like that involves baking or cooking out of your home, or something you can do from a home office. You may go home to visit family. That Page of Wands could be journeying home, taking action, and going home to that Ten of Pentacles. But I'm going back to the richness of the card. So richness, could be money, but there. Think of a French dessert, and just how the smallest bite is just so dense and packed with so much flavor and, you'd say, richness, right? And that can be, maybe you're in a time where you value and want that sort of quality interaction and brainstorming with a business partner or with your own partner. Like, you're in a time when you really want to. This came up in the fire signs too. We're doing what? Okay. In the fire sign, it was an air sign and a fire sign, but it's creeping into you too. So it could be that you have a sun sign that's water, but you have an air or fire for like a rising or a moon, maybe. So brainstorming with someone, maybe with your family, maybe, maybe you're getting together with siblings and you're just talking about things and ideas start coming up that you may even want to move forward on. going into business together, something about a family business. Okay, let's see what this is. The Lover's choice. So that could be a wedding. The Page of Wands kind of looks like, to me, there's kind of this there's this, so obviously they're alone, but then this person here that's kind of keeping watch but kind of separate. So I don't know if that's supposed to be, she doesn't look like I was going to say a grandparent, because sometimes there's grandparents in the Ten of Pentacles, but I don't know. Maybe there's someone in your family that's been single for a long time. That would be me and my family. And they meet someone or start dating someone and bring them home to meet the family. And so someone who had kind of just been different, not bad different, but just hadn't followed the same path as other people in the family. Or maybe you feel that way in your family, and coming to terms with that, I'm just living my life, and why would I have to? Um, I don't have to, just because I'm not doing things the way other people in my family have done it, doesn't mean I'm not happy and fulfilled and that this isn't right for me. But I do think that you could definitely meet someone, or again, someone that has been single for a long time, or like George Clooney, right? Would date people for a couple years and then break up, which I've thought about this. I think 2 years is a decent time, enough time to get to know someone. And if you know at 2 years it's just not right, it doesn't mean they're not a great person. It just means that it's not the right match. And it was like he just waited until he met the right person. I have no idea. I don't know him, obviously, but he wasn't pressured or felt any to whatever to get married. And sure, people, oh, he's never going to get married, and it was as if it just wasn't right, and he didn't try to force something to be right when it wasn't. And so that patience and trusting that you will know when it's right, trusting your gut, I think is coming through. Now, the Lovers, though, is a choice. So there's a level of commitment here. We can, at our wedding, say, I do, but it's the little choices, how we say I do to them every day for the rest of your lives, or how long you're together, or whatever, that really truly show that commitment and honor that commitment. So this could be anything in your life. Is there something you're saying that you find yourself saying, but probably when you really look at it are not following what you say you want to do, and what your spirit and essence is like, and following that, and sort of checking yourself about that, and getting, okay, maybe it's not that important to me. Well, then stop talking like it is. Or that was a very fire sign way to do that, to say that. I'm sorry. Um, but just sort of reassess that. But I feel like you're stressed about not being a certain way. Like, you really want to like car racing with your significant other, but you just don't. You think it's loud and you just hate everything about it. I don't know. Um, just being like, it's okay. You don't have to like the same thing someone else likes. Now, it's nice if you like to do some things in common, or you know what I mean, have sort of a similar way of living, like one's not a slob and one's not a neat freak or whatever. That those types of little things actually, I think, do help relationships. But um And if you both like to go out to eat, or you both would prefer to stay home and watch movies and go to a theater. Little things like that do add up. Um, but don't take relationship advice from me. Let's see what else the tarot has, though. I'm reading the tarot. There could be a break in a family um, because someone fell in love, like an affair. God, that came out of nowhere. That maybe that's what you're saying too. You're like, what? So this doesn't necessarily mean it's you or even your family, but you may hear about it. It may be someone like from your hometown with that Ten of Pentacles. Like maybe you'll find out some kind of scandalous um, something from your hometown or a friend of your family's or something like that. King of Wands, there's that that fire energy. We are in Leo time, right? So it's interesting with the Page of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. It's like I'm starting, or when I started my career off. So you could be thinking back about the beginning of your career, or looking towards that Ten of Pentacles. Like, what do you want to build? Planning your finances, doing a budget. Maybe you're really going to get serious about your budget because you have a goal. You want to save for a house, you want to pay off debt, you want to really start saving for retirement. You came into some inheritance or windfall or salary increase, and you're trying to figure out how to be smart about that money. So kind of doing so if you're not starting this, doing sort of a financial check-in is coming up. And really, so you may even want to make a budget. This Knight of Pentacles, so maybe you go to a financial consultant, and maybe this ends up being someone that, yeah, it's almost like whatever that is going on in the Page of Wands is going to lead you to this King of Wands. So I could see that being like a business partner, or more likely a romantic partner if you're looking for someone. I'm sorry, my phone only does that like every once in a while, and I have no idea what triggers it to do that sometimes and not others. So this King of Wands. Okay, let's go back to the Knight of Pentacles. So this is, you'll hear people say this knight is always successful because they're slow and steady wins the race. When they make a goal, they want to lose 20 pounds. They get up, they put those shoes on, they go walking, they go running, they do whatever their thing is. They eat more fruits and vegetables, I'm hearing. So I don't know if some of you are trying to get serious about losing weight, or maybe you have to go back into the office and you want to lose some pounds. I don't know. I lost weight during the pandemic because I had the flexibility to work out. For me, it helped. King of Wands is definitely active, action-oriented, enthusiastic, really passionate about something, really fired up about something. I think it could be a relationship, it could be a new work idea or work project, new job, promotion. And if you're careful, you can really save your money. You can make some gains here in the physical world, whatever that is. Maybe you need a new car, or you want to move to a little bit bigger place, whatever it is. Buy a new mattress. That's me. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave it there, water signs. Kind of a lot of different little things coming through there. I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Leo. Let's move on to air signs. timestamp for air signs 30. Hi there, air signs. It's Jen here. So we are doing a reading for you guys for 8/8, August 8th, the Lion's Gate, the new moon in Leo. I love that Lion's Gate. It sounds so magical. So Leo time is it's ruled by the sun, right? So it's illuminating, it's vitality, virility, taking action. Things being really clear, though, really having aha moments and breakthroughs with our thinking and understanding about something. Feeling very passionate, really wanting to get out there and date, maybe meet people. All right, I will take these. I guess you're getting 2 extra cards. Can you even see those? So we're doing our air signs. So you came up prominently in the fire sign reading. So let's look at these two. The star, healing, Aquarius. So looking forward to that August 22nd full moon. If you're waiting to hear about a job, I would say, here we have the Eight of Pentacles. Anytime between this new moon on August 8th and that full moon in Aquarius on August 22nd, that things would be progressing, or you would hear more information. You would call back from an interview or an offer, whatever. And I don't know why I'm putting that more towards work because of the Eight of Pentacles, but this could be hearing about getting into school or a program, hearing about a mortgage, a lease, a loan application, student loans. I mean, anything that you could have. It seems like it's something, though, that you sort of filled out an application, or you had to do some sort of paperwork and then get someone else's stamp of approval. Could be a job bid, a contest, I guess, a part if you're an actor. Yeah. I don't know if theaters are starting to get into production again. So maybe you're going out on auditions, or maybe someone watching is a working actor. It's a dream role, or it's a dream job at this point in your life. Okay. This is like something about it is like, oh, this is like something I have wished for in the past. If that makes, yeah. So we also had that Aquarius new full moon in July around, I don't know, probably the 23rd. So we've had 2 full moons in Aquarius on either side of this Lion's Gate. So to me, this is just sort of breakthrough ideas, thinking, shifts in perspective that really could really make you change how you live your life, really make you go for things. Leo's in the spotlight, right? Have the courage to put yourself out there, to make yourself vulnerable. I'm saying, the 8 is the strength card in most decks. Sometimes it's switched with the justice card, which is 11. This 8 of Pentacles, though, it's something about it. You're going. It's something that fits with you. So I'm thinking of the Myers-Briggs. I had this really good teacher. I was taking this class where I work, this supervisory class, and they went through Myers-Briggs types. And it was so interesting because, one, trying to fill out the questionnaire, because I'm so different at work in some ways than I am at home, that it was hard. Like I've trained myself to be a certain way at work versus at home, where I just sort of am who I am. I'm not like fighting against my type. If you are fighting against your type at home, why is that? Are you compatible with the person you live with? Hey, if you're a slob and you live with someone that likes it neater, yeah, you may have to pick up and go against type. That's why I'm single. But if it's, I don't know, it's almost like sometimes there's a fundamental difference there in something, in the job you do, or something about where you do sort of morph into this other person. And he said, fill it out as if you're just you at home, or how you were when you were younger. That's going to be your true nature, right? Um, and he said, you're in a job that's requires you to be against your type if you're exhausted from it. And I was getting to a point here. So with this Eight of Pentacles, whoops, this Eight of Pentacles here is on the side. It's when we do this thing, it energizes us. We're excited after. It gives us a little bit of a high because it boosted our energy. It fed our soul. So maybe the dream could be making money at something that you love to do, that feeds your soul, that energizes you, that doesn't cause you to go against your true nature. So you could really have a breakthrough there. Yeah, so let's see what the Nine of Wands is looking at. Judgment. Okay, I just got it. Yours, I want yours all out here. Four of Pentacles, hanging on to something. So the Nine of Wands and then the Four of Pentacles on either side of this Judgment card here. The Nine of Wands is perseverance. It's following through, it's finishing. And for wands, for fire signs like myself, that can be hard. We can be like, all right, I'm going home. I'm fucking done with this. I give up. It can be hard because we come with such intense passion and excitement at the beginning that it's pretty much impossible to maintain that level of excitement. So the Nine of Wands, we've learned how to temper that and follow through to the end of things. And the Judgment card actually is blowing the horn in that direction. So the Four of Pentacles is a card about, oops, I'm not even looking at the screen to see what you're looking. The Four of Pentacles is someone holding on tight to something. And I feel like it's holding on tight to something just because it feels secure to you. But security is kind of, yes, having a steady job at a big company is great, but big companies lay people off all the time. So yes, maybe the odds are it is more quote unquote secure, but they get bought, they get sold, they lay people off. I mean, things are changing so fast right now. It's kind of crazy um, how fast things change. So this isn't saying that you're being careless. The four of Pentacles is like you're overly relying and getting security from something that, and Judgment Call wants you to wake up and it's like if there's a dream you put on the back burner or something, or a hobby or whatever, then the Judgment's waking you up. Like, what are you waiting for? Why are you putting this off? Now's the time. What are you? Yeah, like the Nine of Wands I hear. It's like, what are you waiting for? There's probably never going to be a perfect time, but this is the time. So don't forego some sort of opportunity because who says it's ever going to be a better opportunity or time than it is right now? Yeah, judgment's a wake-up call. Yeah, it kind of shakes you up, and that illumination from the sun from Leo, right? And this new opportunity, that Lionsgate opening to a new way of life, a portal. I love that. Reminds me of Stargate. I haven't watched this TV show, which everyone loves, but I remember, because I'm old enough, I remember seeing that movie in the theaters. And I kind of forgot a lot of the details, but whenever someone brings up that movie, I'm always like, I remember that being a really good movie. Stargate. So I don't know if Stargate me. I've learned when these types of things come up that, so maybe that's a sign for someone, or I don't know. But Stargate. I just see I'm kind of staring at the star card because of how I'm angled. That's the one that. So maybe you're looking at the stars. Maybe there would be sort of. I heard startling discovery, but I don't. I think that's just because I was looking at the word star. I don't think it's negative, but maybe there will be. I know it's not negative, but maybe there will be some sort of astronomic astrology. No, astronomy, the real science, some sort of new scientific discovery that has to do with space is what I was trying to fucking say all that time. Good Lord, Jennifer. Judgment can also come up when I don't know, someone's getting a divorce, someone had some sort of medical scare that woke you up, or diagnosis or whatever. Um, Sometimes it's just the kid behind you in the grocery store, and something they say just hits you so strong, that you have a judgment card moment where you just get something all of a sudden, or see something, or understand something, or think of something that is that powerful that it changes your life course in some way. I've pulled cards for some other signs, so let's. Oh, that one wants to come out. The Fool. So it is telling you to go for something. The Fool isn't foolish. The Fool knows, if I wait till the quote unquote perfect time. Wow. Um, it's there is no I'm never going to go. I need to experience and live life now. Um, and the Ten of Pentacles. You're okay. Look at that in front of the Four of Pentacles. You're going to be okay. Um, Try to enjoy. If you're someone that's very regimented with your money, like a budget, um, I think it's important for you to give yourself leeway. Trust me, if you're like this, you're not going to go overboard. But why not book that trip? Why not? I know things are very expensive right now, but um, you can plan it. You know what I mean? You can buy that new something. Like, I feel like you need to give yourself permission to do something nice for yourself, even if it doesn't cost money. I don't know, or follow something. It's almost like you've been so diligent and doing the right thing. You realize, whoa, wait a minute, I'm this age, and what am I doing? I feel like you're going to have some sort of wake up call like that. And what am I doing? Life is too short. I need to make fun and things that I enjoy doing more of a priority. Okay. And then we're going to go on to Earth. I've really, really been feeling Earth energy for a while now. I wonder why that is. If there's um, some astrological thing for me. Um, all right, Earth signs at 50. Hey, Earth signs, how are you? So we are doing a reading for the new moon, which is actually today, August 8th. They're calling, astrologists call it the Lionsgate portal, because I don't know, you'll have to go see your favorite astrologer. But we're in Leo for this new moon. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun illuminates it. It's action, it's vitality, it's virility, it's passionate and fiery and sexy but very illuminating. We can have aha moments. We can have breakthroughs. We can see things clearly that we couldn't really get before. New understanding, new ideas, new beginnings. So the new of the new moon is really standing out for me for the earth signs. So we have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is finding out some fact or truth that sort of hurts. Can hurt a lot, but if we can change our perspective, and this isn't going to be for everyone because this is much easier said than done. So I don't mean to think, oh, all you need to do is change your thinking and you won't be hurt by that anymore. But I feel like there is an opportunity for some of you that if you can just change your perspective, put things in perspective, that the betrayal or the hurt or the jealousy or the envy or whatever this is that you're feeling lessens and is manageable, and you're able to sort of talk yourself down or let it go or not let it be all consuming, because sometimes this Three of Swords, we can really let it spiral and really get us out of sorts for a long time. I want to keep reading. Let's see. Page of Pentacles. So you may have, the Three of Swords could have been even the loss of a job, feeling betrayed somehow. Like, I put all of this work in. You know, maybe they were feeding you, telling you things to keep you there, and then all of a sudden they're laying people off or they're doing something, or they did. I feel like this happened already. So some sort of situation like that. But the Page of Pentacles is like, no, here's a new offer, and it's, you need to look to the future. So if it was a job, I feel like you're getting an even better position or offer somewhere else. So you may be feeling kind of, I don't know, smug. That has too negative of a connotation to me. There is sort of a satisfaction or something, though, which is okay, or some validation maybe. I think the laugh's on someone else, and you are moving forward with new opportunities. But maybe you had been stuck for a bit, as we all can be, in the Three of Swords. Justice, karma, yes, okay. There is a strong chance that around this time there will be some sort of karma, some sort of making up for the past, but I think more, not so much by the person or entity or situation that caused it, but by new opportunities that are even better than what you had. I feel like you were actually pretty professional and about it. Sometimes if you know you didn't do anything wrong, it's the people that are always bitching to everyone and telling their side of the story and making other people and situations out to be monsters. They're usually the ones that have had more of a hand in something. It's the people that don't over explain or have to explain themselves that usually are like, hey, I know what really went down, and just me knowing is enough. I don't need to try to make a spectacle or prove my point. Um, so I felt like the way you conducted yourself during some sort of time period that seemed unfair, that was pretty cutthroat or pretty um, the swords are air signs, they're thought signs, they're fact signs. So it's just very much like we are letting people go, starting with who was hired last. And so even though maybe you might be the best, you were cut, or a friend was cut, or something. Um, and now it could have been a affair of the heart. Um, it could be some sort of cardiac issue. So make sure you get your cholesterol checked and your blood pressure checked, and take that very, very, very seriously. Um, if this was a heartbreak, you are now moving. We have that with that Six of Pentacles and the Justice card. These are both cards of balance, of give and take. So maybe looking back, that relationship was completely imbalanced, and you were doing, and that's when it can really hurt, when you feel like you poured everything into it and you still got dumped, and you're just like, what the fuck. I bent over backwards. But that's a really interesting thing that you may think about. Okay, it doesn't mean I'm not going to put myself into a situation, but I'm going to make sure that okay, this is Matthew Hussey. Like, I invest a little, we'll see if they invest a little. I invest a little, they invest a little. Um, so that there's this, you're not the one, doing all the work, or, yeah, like there are two of you in the relationship and it's equal. Again, it ends up being equal. It's not, it doesn't have to be equal all the time. That would be ridiculous. But there's definitely a give and take. And the Hanged Man, that's very much the enlightenment of the time we're in right now, with the new moon in Leo, and that illumination of something is shifting that perspective, so you're not feeling Three of Swords anymore. And karma's coming in. Maybe you're thinking, I dodged a bullet, or I would never be here, or somehow you're able to just put it in a context that makes it okay, and that it's not eating at you anymore. All right, let's just look at this again. We have a new offer. You maybe get more money, or money more, you're compensated at a level that you really should have been in the past or had been promised. Things are coming into balance. And again, for you earth signs, I really feel like there's going to be some sort of leveling of the playing field. So some sort of karma, some sort of, yeah, I just feel like someone's behavior is catching up with them. Um, but you know what? I think I think that will be completely lost on this person, or this group of people, or this situation you were in. I just think that so maybe you're dealing with a narcissist, or um, so just someone really with no emotional intelligence, very selfish, is very reactive and lives kind of just in their own little world for them. But for you, I think it'll give you some sort of closure and peace or fairness. Maybe there's a verdict. Oh, we have justice card. Yeah, duh, Jen. So maybe some sort of, um, divorce papers being finalized, or if there was some sort of court thing going on, that will be that'll be finalized. There could be an offer coming in with that Page of Pentacles before, so you don't actually have to go to court, that you will take. Um, yeah, there could be, okay, so there could be a complete turnaround with that Hanged Man. So maybe you were worried and you thought things were not going to work out in your favor. And I think there's a turnaround. Maybe they were bullying you and trying to make you, all that crap. And you just stuck to your guns because you knew you were right and you had the facts and the documentation. Um, and you stood your ground, and then it works out in your favor because you had the facts and the documentation, not the bluster and the accusations and the drama. Okay, so that's what I have for Earth signs. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.